Welcome back to the Bare Bones Soccer Podcast. Today is a very special day
I would say
because,
so.
right, we have our very first
Okay.
live guest, Colin, with Footy Travelers. What up? And we're back here again in the beautiful Volkshanky ciders and coffee. Got my coffee ready to go. Colin had his.
Cheers.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Good brew.
decent.
Good brew.
Yeah, did we get a quick review, maybe?
I got my half
As we
calf.
think.
I can't have full calf right now because
Yes, the jitters.
I'll just go crazy.
Crazy
But,
Dan.
Bit in there.
Crazy.
so anyway, half calf, iced Americano. Which,
Okay. Just regular black drip, whatever they're brewing today, this morning.
There you go. Pretty solid.
Looking at a nice, I don't know, we'll call it a 12 to 16 ouncer.
There you go.
What you got?
Well,
Old water.
Indian is on the old H2O.
That's
Um,
right.
Love it.
But today we've got Colin on as our guest, and we want to talk about all things soccer, local soccer, Denver soccer, American soccer,
Hey,
and
how far are we scaling up?
we'll
We
go.
going international?
Sure, yeah. You probably have more than I'm. Not the international guy, except for
Wow.
USA.
Yeah.
That'll be a good segue into some World Cup conversation as well, which
Fair.
Colin has been doing quite a job himself at kind of getting everyone up to speed.
Yeah.
What's going on, ticketing, windows, all that stuff that most people probably have no idea what the hell is going on.
This guy went viral.
Well, I'll call it semi-viral.
Yeah.
Half calf on the viral.
You may have seen it.
Yeah. Close to 500,000 views on a particular post, World Cup related.
Dude, so
Um,
cool.
Yeah, ticket questions, ticket concerns. How do I get into the lottery? This and that are the big thing right now with us being less than a year out from World Cup 2026. So,
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
Footy Travelers have you covered there.
Excellent. Yes. Go follow. What's the at?
Yeah, we're just at Footy Travelers.
Footy Travelers.
One L in Travelers because we're American. But yeah, check us out.
It's two in the UK.
I think the British version is Travelers with two L's. Yes.
They got to make sure there's a L on there.
Yeah, they're being extra. I don't know.
It's also the European thing with colors, like COLORS versus adding the
Colors.
U in.
OU, yeah.
A bunch of
Colors.
stuff we like to do.
Hey,
Simplify things sometimes.
keep it
Sometimes.
simple. We're efficient.
Sometimes.
We're efficient.
This is facts. So let's get into today's episode. Colin, obviously, Footy Travelers. Talk a little bit about
Sure.
what you do with Footy Travelers, and even before you get there,
Yeah.
tell me about your story, a little bit of behind the scenes with Colin,
Oh.
how you got into soccer yourself, and then kind of how you worked into what Footy Travelers is.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think my story getting to Footy Travelers does include everything that got me into soccer in the first place. But, I grew up as a young player, started playing when I was 5. Loved it, did well with it, continued to play through my teenage years in high school, into college.
Baller, but
Well, these days,
Still
maybe
balling.
maybe not so much these days, but, working on those injuries and sprained ankles and gray hairs and things, you just get old and would love to ball whenever I can, whenever I'm healthy. But it was around high school, I guess. Well, no, grade school probably, where I first started traveling at all. And my first trip that I ever took, the first time I ever rode in an airplane or flew in an airplane, was to go to England and play in a summer tournament with a select team from the South Jersey area where I grew up.
sick.
And I'll give credit to sort of the chaperones and the organizers that were with us, who not only were there to make sure that we showed up to our games and did well in the tournament, but we did cultural experiences outside of that. So that's when I got to go see the original Wembley Stadium before they knocked it down and built up the new one. Have since been to the new one as well, but that's
Of course,
years later. Of course,
it's been everywhere.
and so I think that just kind of sparked this awareness at a young age. I'll age myself, but this is late 90s, early aughts ish, where I recognize what soccer is and what it is elsewhere and what it could be here if things were a little different as far as culture and then popularity of it. So then, yeah, get into high school, and I got to do a week worth of training with like Newcastle United's youth team.
What?
And I got to go to see St. James Park and watch the Tyneside Derby when Alan Shearer missed a penalty kick against Sunderland. And then go see him at training the following Monday, and being told by the chaperones and adults on the trip, hey, maybe don't try to be the wise guy and don't mention the game this past weekend when you get to shake hands with Alan Shearer. So, but all that to kind of say that, I think I had some really formative, powerful experiences with the game, traveling, that come to, my adulthood when, it's after college and I'm sitting with a buddy who we both taught in Bangkok for a year among a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
But he and I really bonded over our shared love of soccer. We had played club soccer together in college as well. Shout out Mike. I am just half of the Footy Travelers. Myself and Mike do this together. But we're sitting there just trying to wonder, how are we going to continue this awesome year abroad? And at that point, World Cup 2010 was coming up the following summer. Like, all right, well, I don't know what it takes to go to the World Cup.
Let's figure
This is kind of where that journey of now knowing what it takes to go to World Cups starts, but we're going to figure it out. And we did, and we got tickets to South Africa 2010. And we were there for like 6 weeks. Because we were teaching. And summertime, your summers off as a teacher.
Yeah.
So we had time to explore.
Yeah.
And fell in love with it, fell with the international flavor of it, the culture, the cross-cultural exchanges, and of course, international soccer.
Amazing. What was South African soccer culture like? Like, what did you like about it the most?
I mean, when you ask, South African soccer culture, it was a little tough maybe to recall and separate what I experienced as just international soccer culture in South Africa at that particular time. Of course, South Africa does have, I would say, a fairly worldwide recognized, pro league. You have teams like the Kaizer Chiefs that people probably know and recognize from South Africa. But it was this international party that we became addicted to. And so we went and did it again in 2014. And I was like, you know what? US isn't in Russia 2018. Guess what? We're going to go anyway. So we did that. And then we've been to 2022 Qatar. And then we started going to Women's World Cups in 2023. And here we are, 2026. It's coming to our backyard, our home soil. And yeah, we're just trying to use our experience and our expertise and help other people navigate what it takes to go to a World Cup, to get tickets, to plan for traveling.
So good.
And just sort of meet our expectations about what the experience could be and maybe hopefully is for a lot of people. So
Colin wants
That's
to
us.
teach you. He wants to teach you how to party.
it is
Basically,
yes.
what he's trying to tell you.
If you love footy, you love traveling, you love meeting new people, you love building community across borders and cultures and this and that, and you just love the party, whether it's your half caste or your H2O or an undisclosed substance in a water bottle,
What's in there?
then, we're here for that. So, yeah.
I love it. Amazing. I mean, just through that alone, there's probably so many stories.
This is water, by the way.
Okay.
He just had to refer to it as
Salacious.
for the story.
Yeah, but sorry.
I know it's good. Probably a lot of stories.
Sure, it's not a crisp cider.
It's not crisp cider from
Valshanky.
Valshanky.
Based.
I did not realize you pronounced the E on the end until earlier in the intro. So thank you for
I got you.
expanding my own knowledge set.
There's a testament to what you can learn.
Pretty sure
Exactly.
we have 99.9% sure that we've had it down. If Kian wants to correct us at any point, but I
Valshanky.
have it. So.
Okay. The E is pronounced.
Yes, yeah, and I caught it wasn't initially. I actually said it very confidently to him. I was like,
To the owner.
it's Volshank. And am I saying that? Or Volchanka or whatever.
Volchanka,
That's what I thought it
We
was.
tried too hard.
And he's like, it's a hard E. And I'm like, all right.
The E is long.
Yeah, long E.
You're asking about stories.
Yeah, but
I think.
what do you think one of your favorite stories from the past few years of footy traveling has been?
That's a good one. I mean, let me quickly run through the list of each World Cup and some memorable moments. My mind goes to being in Kruger National Park during South Africa 2010 and almost having an elephant charge and stomp on the rental car we were in, just observing a nice waterhole scene, very Lion King-esque. But to your point, Ian, about just loving the party, I think the most quintessential Footy Travelers story, who are the Footy Travelers? What are they about?
The parties.
Would have to be Russia 2018 and essentially crashing a Russian wedding.
Yes.
In our Belgium jerseys, no less. So the quick story there, I guess, I'll make it as quick as possible, at least.
Yeah.
But the story, the story there is, we are. It's after the Belgium, I want to say Tunisia game. We were supporting Belgium at that particular game. Again, the U.S. wasn't in it, so I didn't feel conflicted there.
It's good.
And we're just walking down the street, and there's a nice dressed group of people outside of a church. With a couple bottles of champagne and some champagne flutes, just drinking and toasting and chatting. And they said something to us, and we said, hey, and we kind of kept walking by, and they said something then later in English. It was like, oh, you want to join us? And we just paused and looked at each other, and we were like, yeah, why not?
Of course.
So yeah, it turns out they were attendees or guests at this wedding. And it was post-ceremony, and they were waiting to have the couple take their photos. And so while they're killing time in between the ceremony and reception, they're just out in the street, just drinking champagne. And there's probably some vodka involved as well.
Gotta be.
So yeah, we just kind of like hung out with them and chatted with them. But it doesn't really end there, because as we went off our separate ways, they went off to the ceremony, which was like a boat cruise or something. And we went off and did whatever we did. I think carrying on watching the games that were being played later that night on like Nikolskaya Street, just kind of near Red Square. For anyone who's familiar with Moscow, this was Moscow, by the way.
Okay.
Two Americans in Moscow. It turned into like this greatest 24 hours we've ever had, because we wound up not going to sleep because we were out partying after the night games with another group of people, and then the guests that we had met of the wedding texted us and like, hey, ceremony's over. We're going to go to a wine bar. We're going to a wine bar.
This is great.
This is great. After the party, you guys should join. So instead of, that was the other thing too. Sorry. Quick little tangential aside is part of this night was leaving the group we were partying with on Nikolskaya Street, then going and making a final nightcap stop at the bar next to our Airbnb. So we ordered from the bartender there, start striking up conversation with the bartender. And turns out the bartender used to spend summers in my hometown in New Jersey.
What?
So so we wind up then going out after his shift.
Yeah.
Wind up going out to the street again.
Of course.
And he brings the bottle and the mixer of like Coke or Pepsi. And we're just drinking on the street again with the Russian bartender.
Yeah.
And that's when we got the text from the wedding group. It's like, hey, now our night's over, but we're still going to the wine bar. Come join us. So we leave the bartender.
Fucking too good.
At this point, it's 4-ish, 5-ish a.m.
Yes.
And the sun in the summers, that north, is already like probably as high as it is right now, close to noon here in Denver.
Really?
And we're just like, yeah, well, it's light out. I mean, we're awake. We might as well. So yeah, we wound up going to the wine bar with them. And I think after that, we eventually went home, fell asleep, slept through the next day, basically, and missed the lunch that we had scheduled with the original group we were partying with, watching games on Nikolskaya Street.
Oops.
But that was fine. We had a great time. We had a great night/morning.
You gotta count.
Yeah. But like,
That warms my heart. I like felt great to
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just-
That's so cool.
But
I need
what
to
I
do
love, yeah, what I think what I love about that, and why I said it was the quintessential Footy Traveler story is it was, I- I'll tell myself the jerseys we were wearing, being at the World Cup, that helped us connect to, and I'll get a little serious here, but like coming from an American culture, injecting ourselves into the Russian culture, which we know there's geopolitical headbutting going on between the U.S. and Russia.
Yeah.
But we were able to connect with their people as American people and kind of push aside all that geopolitical stuff and come and just shake hands and meet across those cultural divides and
Yes.
geographical divides, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
And that is just what drives us to do the footy traveling and to put ourselves in those situations. Not just for the game. It is. I mean, it's all huge soccer fans, huge footy fans,
I love it.
but it's all those tangential things that we're really excited for people to experience here come World Cup time. So
I've seen you make that clear though too.
yeah,
It's consistent. Colin's very consistent. So you have
Just-
mentioned that at our past watch parties as well.
right.
And bringing everyone together. How many different groups of people just at our own watch party in Denver?
Yeah,
We brought to the table.
exactly. Yeah, the Bare Bones crew. You had some Footy Travelers fans and friends. You had people who just saw, the marketing for those events that said, "Hey, I want to be a part of that. I want to come join." It was great. Sure.
Soccer
Yeah.
clicks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Soccer clicks.
Clicks getting together, really dissolving clicks.
I feel like those exist though. I mean, especially I'm probably all over the world, but like maybe we can kind of segue into American soccer culture.
Yeah.
Playing, watching, whatever you're doing with soccer, kind of what the current perception is or the current culture looks like. And obviously with, how we all met was through what you just explained, that phenomena of we all love this sport and therefore we came together.
Yeah.
Right.
We have something. We at least have one thing in common.
Yeah.
So let's just start there and see what else we have in common. We're able to break the ice through this sport,
Yeah. 100%.
regardless of whether we know each other intimately outside of that or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love using traveling as that, traveling and meeting new people in other cultures as that icebreaker.
Yeah.
And I'm now thinking about this too, that, when I go and travel, I can do that. I can do
Absolutely.
that. Like you can
Absolutely.
see someone that's wearing a jersey or see someone that's kicking a ball around. And
Uh-huh.
just be like, yeah.
Can I? Yes.
Yes.
May I?
What do you
Have done that.
Yeah.
I have not led. I was one of a group of chaperones on a high school trip after my high school experience to travel.
Okay.
In Thailand
Oh, sick.
after I had lived there.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, guys? There's a crew of us who like soccer. Let's go. Hop on the train. We're going to go to the spot. I know there's going to be pickup. And I took a group of high school students, high school soccer players, and brought them. And we didn't inject ourselves, but we asked politely if we could join. And they got to experience playing pickup with a bunch of Thai local people that they didn't share the same language. No one was able to really verbally communicate, but they all got to interact with each other and just share a good hour of enjoying and playing soccer together.
So
Stuff like that.
Beautiful.
I don't know.
Beautiful
I'm all
game.
about it. I love it.
warms the soul.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Especially when your coffee's cold.
Facts.
What would you say that your experience in kind of take away from the local soccer community and
Yeah.
culture in Denver that you've experienced
Yeah.
either through personal as well as Footy Travelers as well?
Denver, being here, everyone's a transplant, right? I mean, I didn't grow up in Colorado and Denver. Few people did. Raise your hand if you're not from Denver. And so when I first moved here, I don't know, over a decade ago, soccer was one of the first things that I got involved in to help me meet new people and connect to a community or build a sense of community.
Yeah.
I think I found my first roommate because a friend that I had who already lived here invited me out to play indoor soccer in like my first week or two.
Nice.
And one of the guys on the team that night was looking for a roommate. I was looking for a place to stay. I need, my cousin lived out here. I moved in with my cousin, but I needed to get out of there, let them live their life.
Yes.
How long have you been here?
14 years, I want to say, 2011.
Damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
I've seen
Double us.
Denver grow. I've seen the soccer community in Denver grow and evolve.
Yeah.
But I'll say, one of my first memories or impressions of the soccer scene in Denver, if we're talking hyper local, was that it helped me connect to a sense of place and people. And then, of course, the more I get embedded into it, whether that's as I continue to play, doing men's league stuff, or, just balling with you guys every once in a while, or as a fan of some of the pro teams, you see the culture here. There's a lot of different pockets of it. And it just stinks that Dick's Sporting Goods Park, or the Dick, is so far away and out of town.
Lit dick.
Lady Dick.
I am excited about
Yeah.
the summit, the women's team coming to the NWSL. That's dating being much closer to the center of things.
Yeah.
Where's that going to be now?
I think it's going to be in what they're calling Santa Fe Yards. So it's sort of crossroads of I-25 and Broadway.
Yep.
Yeah.
But already you can see the enthusiasm and the excitement and the momentum building before, but even before they sign their first player.
Yeah.
And certainly before their first season kicks off.
Mm-hmm.
You have the 14er supporters group. There's podcasts popping up, it's things like that brand launch party they had in McGregor Square.
Yeah.
All of those things happening is sort of reigniting what I think Denver has had, but could have built even more strongly, to bring it back to some of the more international stuff, if we had been given a World Cup host city appointment.
That was actually a perfect segue.
Yeah.
What I was going to say next was,
Okay.
Is it a controversial take to say that we were not ready for it? What was your take? Were you disappointed you saw it coming?
Oh, it's definitely disappointing.
Maybe
100%.
Maybe like some of us maybe saw it coming. I don't know what your expectation was, or what your hopes versus expectation.
Yes. Well, my expectation was, it's given, I'm looking at the geography and I'm trying to think, okay, well, if I'm FIFA, if I'm the organizing committee, you need something between, I don't even think, was Chicago even on the short list?
Yeah.
You need something between the East Coast and the West Coast, and there's Texas involved. But it's either going to be Denver or Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I remember kind of stepping away from, I think it was like an after work happy hour thing. And I asked the bartender, would you mind turning on Fox or Fox Sports right now? I'd like to watch for my soccer nerd glasses, I'd like to watch the host city announcement special.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. And I just remember them bringing what a loser, bringing up the different regions and then revealing the cities that were going to be hosts.
Yeah.
And they said, Central Region. And then, Dallas, Houston, Monterey, and then boom, Kansas City. And I was like, they're not going to say Denver.
Yeah.
Did you know
they're not going to do
your
both?
heart?
In my heart, my expectation was it's going to be one or the other. I didn't think it would be both.
Okay. Yeah.
That said, I did not necessarily expect, or if I'm being truthful and maybe to be a little controversial,
Do it.
I wasn't necessarily expecting that Denver would, because I don't think we are ready. There's just something that I have experienced outside of Denver when it comes to soccer culture, energy. And this is not a knock on anyone in the soccer community here, or the passion they do have, or that they do express, or those that show up week in, week out at the Dick. Shout out to the Centennial 38 supporters group who brings people together in that South Bank section, gets the drums going, Mile High Locos.
Just at an event with them. You may or may not have been there. He was there.
You might have checked it out. We were there. And here's me. I'm getting to my take on why I think when people say American soccer cultures, they think of places like Seattle, or right now even like Hearts of Pine up in Portland, Maine, is like taking off. but why not Denver?
Yeah.
There's too many cool competing things to do here.
Yeah.
Which you might, again, if you're being cynical, you're like, oh, well, is that a subtle knock to all those other places? They don't have cool things going on. And honestly, no, not as much.
Maybe.
I mean, Seattle, yeah, there's a lot going on in the Pacific Northwest, but they've had a longer history to build that, you know?
We've seen it. We had our Seattle trip a couple, 3 years back now. Have you been in Seattle too?
Have done. It was actually the pilot trip / episode of the Footy Travelers podcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah, I think it was really cool to get a different perspective on some local MLS, like domestic stuff for culture. Because we did you do the walk from downtown with the sound?
The march to the stadium?
March?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So did we. That was in time. It was Labor Day.
Oh,
Labor Day? Yeah. It was Labor Day weekend. And
towards the end of the season.
I thought
Comes down
maybe
the
some
line.
people will be out of town. I didn't know any better. So I was like, maybe people escaped and got out.
They probably were.
Olympic national horse and stuff like that. I'm sure as hell they did. Again, a time where it's not particularly raining a bunch either. So,
but at the same time, there was
soccer's
crowd.
happening.
Yeah.
There were still several hundred people.
Yep.
I think, right? Probably 150 to 200 people in that march.
Yeah.
In that march from downtown, and then in the stadium. I'm pretty sure I remember them announcing it. Still over 40,000. And I was like, what the hell? Everyone's standing to the whole stadium.
Yes.
How
Always
cool is that? I didn't
standing,
know.
always cheering, always chanting. And they have several supporters groups that kind of like all come together and work well together. I think, Emerald City supporters is one group. You have Gorilla FC
that one I was
come to mind. But just to get back to wrap up on the thought around Denver real quick, I here I am with my Footy Travelers labeled water bottle, but on the backside, Colorado Adventure Guides, ARI, Avalanche Research and Education. They're, the great outdoors are calling to us. And, if it's a weekend where I can, get that, it's not a first come, but like a reserved camping spot in Rocky Mountain National Park. And there's also a Rapids game. Well, gosh, it's my one shot to get to that campsite that I was competing for online 6 months ago and got the permit for. And then the schedule came out for the Rapids. Well, I was at the game last weekend, so there's a lot of competing things that I think from the fan point of view, or the fan culture, the supporters culture, like unfortunately dilutes that a little bit.
So you're saying the odds that people who don't normally watch soccer, but is that kind of what they're looking for? Is like, if I go to a city and host the World Cup, is there a better chance that people who don't generally go to the World Cup, are they going to come versus the actual soccer culture that is already built there? You know what I'm trying to say?
I think so. If you're like thinking about FIFA and awarding hosting rights to different cities.
Yeah. What are their like check boxes?
Well, that gets me, actually, that's great.
Okay.
Question, because that kind of gets me to the second thing that I think maybe was not working in our favor when it came to choosing from that short list who would finally be the host cities. You look around, there's still a lot of infrastructure projects going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think one of FIFA's major requirements is having public transportation take you within a certain distance to the front door of the stadium in that city.
Gotcha.
So we have the light rail that has that mile high station stop.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you need other things, like you need good bus route infrastructure, a lot of last mile stuff that I don't think we're there yet, to be honest. Denver.
That's fair.
I don't know. I totally speculating. I don't know if that helped or hurt, or if that was part of it. If it was just culture stuff or attendances, but yeah,
that would have been my main reason, or one of the main reasons why I was like, it's not coming here.
Transportation.
My expectations, my bar was, for expectation was very low.
Okay.
And I figured, I was like, no, something infrastructurally. But I look at all the other cities that were at that final, whatever the final amount was that for the finalist.
Number of cities?
Yeah.
11 for the US.
And I looked around and I thought, there's something just a little bit different, a little bit below, I think, a threshold of what would be.
The airport's really far from
Yeah.
the central area as well. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. You have that great A line, which I take to the airport all the time. Highly recommend.
Imagine 25 for
I-25,
for
yeah.
Mile High.
Yeah.
Woo.
Right. The traffic. I don't know.
Yeah.
But all that to say, we're if you want to go to a World Cup game and you're part of the Denver soccer community, you're traveling.
Bing, 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 bing.
And maybe you're traveling with us. More to come on that later. But
Yes.
So you had mentioned like part of that was kind of the cultural stuff. You thought maybe Denver wasn't quite there yet with some other cities, right? If we're thinking
there's room to grow.
yes,
There's room to
for
grow.
sure. And again, I think new things like Summit,
Yeah.
KFC is certainly going to help with that,
So
which we're
true.
all across the board like super
Yes.
excited for. Things like that will also start to help the culture and the community of it all as well.
Yeah.
Outside of a geographical issue as well. But I think that kind of what we talk about a lot as well was what we offer from
Yeah.
the community standpoint, the cultural standpoint. If we cannot control a certain thing, like our location, right, where we might be, where we're hosting events, if it be local, right, at least we can try to make it as inclusive and fun as an event as possible, as we were mentioning earlier.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it all. Like, if we can't control where we are, we can't control what transportation looks like, right? Can't do those things. At least our job, we feel like responsible to create
Yeah.
an environment that is seemingly as good as where you would find elsewhere.
Absolutely. I mean, you always want to be able to work with what you have, or do what you can.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing that. You're finding spaces to bring people together, let them play, building community around that by gathering afterwards as well.
Yes.
Love that.
There's some, maybe one or two things that we haven't quite implemented yet, but, for the future, keep your eyes peeled. Some fun, new, quirky things we'll be implementing.
There's room
that's
to
around-
grow.
Yes.
There's room to grow.
As we say. And there's been a couple of things that I think are just on our radar that we want to test out and try a little bit more, just to bring a little bit more entertainment and excitement to, I guess, the Bareboat Soccer experience, the Footy Travelers experience.
Yes.
Totally.
Ian brought up, and we've brought this up multiple times, the conversation of the Savannah Bananas and what they're doing with literally reinventing the sport
Baseball.
of baseball.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
We may or may not have a literal traveling circus.
Yes. In the works.
So
The whole travelers thing is going to evolve.
exactly. Well, what I was
Footy
thinking
Travelers
of,
circus.
maybe this is a segment, Ian, that we start and we bring to our travelers, our guests that might be traveling.
Everyone should be a footy traveler.
100%. Especially with this guy.
I feel like
But-
one and I haven't even traveled. It's crazy.
But
I gotta figure out that part.
this segment could be okay. I want to ask you, Colin, if you think about that concept of Savannah Bananas
Right.
and how
Banana ball, right?
Banana Ball, how
Oh, yeah.
they're reinventing the game.
Yeah.
What do you think Barebones or anyone else kind of trying to looking to increase the culture of soccer and the fun of soccer without
Bastardizing it?
exactly, without being like, what are these guys doing? Because I think Banana Ball does that well, that they're still playing the game. They're just adding some fun things in here. What do you
Argue that. I'm not a banana ball expert. I don't know all the rules and different things. And
Sure.
I don't know. My mind is telling me that for some reason maybe they go to third base first or go in reverse direction. I don't know. I don't know how flexible those rules are.
Yeah, look at this one.
Yeah.
Are you talking about attracting new people to the game? Are you talking about keeping those who are already interested engaged and feeling like it's offering them
both.
new things? Both and
I would say both, and it's really kind of trying to emphasize the idea that you do not have to just be the world's greatest player. You do not have to play every waking moment at an event or at a pickup, whatever it may be. What else is there? What else is separating the community apart from something else?
And if it's not, thinking of the most extreme thing that we could do, that's
Jumping.
like, the Globetrotters of soccer or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
really,
But what is it, extreme or not, that could help increase the national American soccer culture?
trampolines. Have you ever seen Spike TV? Do you remember
Oh my-
basketball on trampolines? I don't know. Spike. Was it
Spike
was
ball.
Was it Spike ball?
Spike.
Or-
It's just
We're talking about basketball.
No,
No,
the
different-
really
different
big
than Spike Ball.
They're on Spike TV. There used to be back in the day. There was a trampoline slam ball.
Slam
Yes,
ball.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
Like
Someone has
tackle each other in
It's-
the air.
Yes, you could do. You could. They were on trampolines, bouncing off them as one does. Scoring with basketball.
Slam dunk
And they had, they had like glass walls too, like you do for indoor, and they were getting like slammed into the walls like hockey.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. So not the slam wasn't just a
Fucking
reference to slam
incredible.
dunking.
Yeah.
You were literally getting slammed into boards.
yeah. So
Yeah.
what we're saying is that we're gonna build one of those.
Gotcha. Yeah, and you're trying to figure out how.
Not quite.
Do we play
What elements
soccer with football pads on
Yeah,
so we can just?
absolutely.
Maybe.
Crush each other.
I mean, yeah. Now you're getting into bastardizing territory.
Yeah, that's a little.
Blending the two footballs.
Yeah.
Some might call it sacrilegious.
Maybe
Uh,
implementing even things like and one back in the day.
Gotcha.
How
Yeah.
great of a spectacle and one was, because that was the urban, like street, more urban-esque league. back
Okay,
then for
okay.
ballers.
Well, let me ask you guys this then. Now you're making me think of the 1v1 PK shootout from midfield that MLS incorporated for this exact conversation, for that exact
I
reason.
miss it.
How do we get people like really jazzed about it? So I'm going to answer, I promise I'll answer your question, but I'm going to start by asking you real quick a poll question.
Okay.
Were you a fan or not? Like, would you bring that back?
Yep.
Yes.
You-
100%.
you'd go
I loved it.
The 1v1.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What did you think?
For a couple of reasons.
Honestly, I think it involves way more skill
Yes.
and execution than just the sort of the luck of guessing the right way and blasting a ball from 12 yards out on a keeper.
100%.
Yeah.
a high school team, in theory, could beat, depending on the stage, and
Yeah.
pressure getting to you, they could, in theory, beat a world-class team. And it's like, I just don't want to see something end like that.
Gotcha.
Most people don't, right?
Yeah.
I
You don't want to see a game end on the current traditional
no.
method of taking PKs.
It's
is what you're
so,
saying.
it's so anticlimactic.
It is
It's just like
extreme.
you can.
Well-
I mean,
I think.
it's just like it's over. Like it
Tell
happens.
that to Roberto Baggio.
Okay.
There's just not. I think also the other thing is like being someone who's always pushing the game for freedom, creativity, self-expression.
Uh-huh.
That
There's more of that in the
kills it.
yeah.
The modern style of penalty kicks completely kills it. You're not going to do a Panenka in the World Cup.
Okay, so I was just gonna say, what if we met in the middle and it's like Panenka only shots PKs,
Ooh.
but
okay.
you still have to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't just take a straight on.
you can't go. I guess you can't. Yeah, you can't go low. Maybe they put up a wall
we
or
should
something
ask.
on the lower half of the
Oh
goal.
wow.
Still a keeper.
Yeah.
The height of the goal is cut in half by like this temporary wall, if you will.
I love that.
But you still have the sides, but you got to get it over.
We could ask our viewers
There
as
you go.
well what their thoughts are. What would you implement? Would it be something new? Do you like the system that we have now? Maybe there's something creative that we haven't even thought of yet. Again, without bastardizing it, right?
I have another idea, and I'm going to preface it with a more general answer to the question. The general answer is, I think people like feeling included, and that their strengths are sort of brought out and catered to. And so when you have five-a-side or 11v11, there's traditional ways of playing, if you will. But maybe I'm not so great in open space and juggling or dribbling and passing, but I'm great just doing street skill type stuff, freestyle, juggling, whatnot, keepy ups. Could it be something like, all right, there's a foul that happens. Instead of doing like yellow card stuff, your strongest juggler juggles, and however many touches they get is the number of seconds that player who committed the foul has to wait off the side.
Whoa.
And so your best juggler
I love
is
that.
contributing to the team by building up time for them being a man up.
Do we also implement a style of play that might attract more fouls then? You know what I mean?
Also, a penalty box.
Like,
Well, no, because then you're going to be punished and sent off for that, right? Maybe, I don't know.
Do you want a penalty box? Kind of a power play?
Sure.
I'm not against it. I'm actually not against
that.
that.
Yeah, you were right.
I think so.
penalty box.
I do believe
Hockey
so.
can do that. Why can't we?
Right. Yeah.
I think
I
I like that though.
kind of forget where we're leaving off on the whole iterations of different elements of the
just
game. But
ideas and things in a general sense of whether or not it's in professional soccer, because as FIFA, I mean, implement any sort of new rule changes to the world game is going to be
change in general is hard.
We're not
Change in general,
expecting
sorry.
them to do it.
We
But
just
guess
want
who could do it?
street soccer, local
Bing, bing.
game in general. Like what things can we do as bare bones and as people who are literally trying to facilitate a soccer culture in our local city and area and just more nationally in general.
Well, Power Plays. Power Plays.
Is it in the name already? Bare bones.
Mhm.
Is there sort of like some play on bare,
Well,
like barefoot soccer?
Well, if you were at C38
Bear.
tailgate,
Yeah.
event for us,
Oh.
we may or may not have had a brief segment where we were doing bare feet unintentionally.
Okay.
Unintentional. Or bare bones. So maybe it's
Shoes
not.
were flying on.
Maybe it's not
laces were
unintentional.
loose.
Maybe it's not unintentional next time.
It wasn't planned, but it was intentional.
What's that?
I said it wasn't planned, but it was intentional. You both. Kian was like, Kian had flip
I'm
flops.
saying the original thought process of it wasn't
Right.
like we're doing barefoot,
Barefoot soccer,
Yeah.
especially on a parking lot.
It was someone actually being like, "Oh, I fucked up
Right.
and didn't bring shoes. So what am I going to do? I'm going to play barefoot on asphalt."
Okay.
And then people did, and then people caved in. They were like, "Oh, actually, I'll do it too." Wow. Oh, actually, it actually looks fun. I'll do it as well.
There you go. You're building community right there.
Yeah.
Who are the
It's a
barefoot
memory.
players and who are
It's a memory.
not?
I was like, I'm
Barefoot.
good. I don't want to bust my toe open.
How would that not be worth it, Dan? I think we could use a little bit more sacrifice.
If you're not bleeding,
It's for the community.
Well, that's what-
bleeding
It's for the
That's
community.
what you're here for. You got.
Oh, okay.
You
okay.
gotta have the,
A sacrificial lamb. Understood.
lead by example. I think is
Yeah. All my toes are just completely broken and busted, but it's for bare bones. Exactly.
Worth
Let it be known.
worth it.
do it for the
Every
culture.
second, of course.
Hey, there's a new slogan. Do it for the culture.
For the culture.
For the culture.
By people,
Amazing.
for people.
That's true.
It started there. So
We need to release some new shirts here soon, but
I
stop
like
pranking
these shirts,
us.
by the way. I do like the textured pattern.
Thank
that
you.
you guys rock with those.
Thank you.
So the sort of sublimated design.
made them myself.
Take it. Okay.
So the whole sublimated thing, we learned about that through the guy that helped us make these shirts.
Yeah.
And so
Really
I
nice.
literally created it on Canva. Like I found
Yeah.
these designs.
I love Canva.
Canva's great.
Canva has made me a graphic designer.
Yeah.
I'm not a graphic designer.
It's so insulting.
You probably put the posts together that popped up straight on Canva.
This is
Like
true. This is true.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Canva for the win.
Canva.
Canva for the win. Today's episode is sponsored by Canva.
Canva. This
Not
is where
officially,
you-
but you guys should probably,
We are looking for sponsors. Do
this
this.
is where you message us.
Yeah.
We all use it. All three of us. I was on it yesterday.
Love it. It's
So
the best.
Greatest. I will endorse the hell out. For sure.
that we will. What else, guys? Any other lingering thoughts here? We've covered Colin's story. We've talked about the World Cup and Denver as a soccer city. We've talked about what can we do new in the sport for local soccer culture. Any other lingering topics?
I think my question, I'm always interested to hear from other people. And I'm going to ask you guys. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, comment away. Let us know here too. What is your biggest bucket list footy trip internationally? Where do you want to go? What do you want to experience?
Yes.
Oh man.
I'll go.
Gosh.
Feel free.
London is an obvious one.
Okay.
It is
A
obvious.
lot of footy to do there. Yeah.
I would love to. My thing, wherever I think I want to go, is to find all of our local like street vibes. It's just been my thing, man.
Yeah.
Like I saw it. I didn't see it. There wasn't anyone playing, but I saw a couple, even just a couple of futsal courts in Hawaii.
Cool.
I was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Which island? I think it was on the Big Island.
Mhm.
And even there, I saw a couple futsal courts. I was like, this is destined to be used. It must be. I must use it myself. It was locked up, but Whenever I go, that's really important to me. I love you can see it through Barebones Soccer activations that we do truly love that aspect of the game.
Yeah.
That FIFA Street style aspect, right?
Totally.
And I think for me, if I could find a court, a caged court, something on the legs in London,
Oh,
I know I would.
it's there.
I know I would.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think that would just be the greatest. And then outside of that, another one maybe Tokyo. So
Yes.
they also outside of that, maybe you knew this. I don't know, Dan. We talked about the high school state championships in Japan. I think it's
I feel
Tokyo.
like I've seen
I
a
don't know
story in the
exactly,
last year or two
but
about
they
that. Yeah.
sell out.
Yeah.
They get the whole packed
Really?
professional stadiums
For high school.
for high school state
Championship, yeah.
championships.
I love
And
that.
I would love to be a part of that.
Yeah. Is this J League or is this high school? Well, it's high school.
Can you
Okay.
imagine
This is
if that,
elementary.
if that happened here?
Middle school.
That'd be great.
That'd be
Yeah.
unreal.
I mean, if Georgia football can do it and Texas football can do it.
Is there a college or a high school that cares, a lot about soccer
Here
High
in
school.
Denver or
High
Just-
school?
across that you know of across
They're
the
saying high school.
nation? Yeah, high school or college that like
College
really
that
cares about
cares.
soccer.
Well, you're insulting everyone that you think doesn't care.
No one
Wow,
cares.
Dan.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude,
At least that maybe has been recognized as this is a big
it
soccer
was-
school.
A
Yeah.
handful.
growing up in the East Coast, I would say there's quite a few.
I'd
St. Benedict's
say-
Prep comes to mind.
I don't know what it's like at this school today, but Akron.
Yeah.
Akron for a minute was a fucking powerhouse for soccer, and it was the
At
only
the collegiate level.
What's it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Akron. Sorry, yeah. Akron, University of Akron,
Right.
and they had like I was just watching on TV. I was like, dang, because they don't have anything else. That was it.
Fair.
It's just that somehow, some way, they had a great soccer program,
Right.
and I think they're still okay. Maybe today, I don't keep up that much.
Yeah.
But I used to watch. I was like, shit, like Akron has looks like a real soccer.
I mean,
culture.
college soccer used to be the pathway for American-based players who weren't locating or relocating to Europe to get into professional soccer. And then, the academy, the MLS academies, MLS Next Pro came about and kind of, I think, shifted that. But I think the college scene here in the States is also actually a pathway for foreign-born and foreign-based players to come and continue to practice and hone their craft in a very well infrastructured environment.
Yeah.
If they're not getting those pro contracts or signing with academies elsewhere as well. So
With NIL, that's becoming a big thing now too, especially with college hockey. Like college hockey is now dipping into NIL.
okay,
There's a giant name from
Good for
Canada
that.
that signed for Penn State
okay,
this offseason. And
gotcha.
so it's like now they're even starting to talk about it for their sport, for college hockey.
So it's not just American gridiron football that has NIL.
Yeah. But they also they had every major junior Canadian Hockey League is now able to have their players go play college before they were not allowed to.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wow. Very cool.
I don't know if we got to your answer on your
Oh, no.
destination.
So
London, Tokyo.
100% in on those. But what it makes me think about is the conversation we've had about the traveling food and footy show.
Yes.
Like, I just want to, I want to go everywhere, right? And I want to experience the culture of soccer and then the food, which is part of it.
A huge part of culture.
Yeah.
And I think another thing that helps brings people from different places and cultures to the table.
There's books about, I can't remember what this book is called or who it's by, but it's literally, it's called something like,
My first guess.
Don't Eat Alone, I think is what it is.
Okay.
Have you heard of that? Or
I think I have.
okay.
And funny enough, growing up, I was always the kid that eat alone. So I just wanted to eat and then just go do my thing.
Yeah. Dude, I'm the exact same way. In college, friends would
Yes.
not be ready. I'm like, I'm not ready to go.
I'm done.
Dude.
I'm out.
And I was considered the weird one for that. It's like,
Yeah,
come on,
I think
man, I eat.
I think we are. But you're in a good safe space with me, so at least we have each other.
I get it.
Happy to be weird. Happy to be the weird guy.
Thanks, Colin. I
Be
need
the
that
weird.
today.
I'm here for you.
I'll definitely do that, but as I've gotten older, the more I admire and really enjoy the experience of eating and hanging out with other people.
Yeah.
Because again, just in culture, that's sitting down together is the first part of eating, right? Like,
Yes.
so anyway, to answer your question, my bucket list is host a show
Yeah.
with you and Bare Bones to travel the world.
Would you watch? Would you watch out there?
You would.
The Footy and Food Travel Tour?
You would.
I mean, we could start.
It's like it would be like the Anthony Bourdain of soccer.
Yes, literally,
Why not?
literally.
All right.
I think we need to
Thumbs up or thumbs
basically
down? Do it right now.
Vault Shanky as our first spot.
Ooh. Okay.
Pilot episode, maybe.
Okay.
Ian said.
We're just gonna have a giant spread, actually.
Swiss cheese,
Spread.
cider,
Schnitzel,
schnitzel.
everything.
Please.
Goodness.
Okay.
Oh, all of it.
You are watching it develop here, the idea, right in front of your eyes.
We've got something cooking.
Are you ready?
Would this be domestic U.S. based or international or just all the above?
Literally,
I'll start local.
everywhere. Like, but yeah, we'll start local. You know, do some local Denver spots that we know that we've been to, that we know are soccer forward, and then we kind of grow up from there, and we show people, hey, here's what's happening in Denver, Colorado, of all places. Do you want to be?
Maybe
the next
we
one?
need to be the change that we want to see
We do.
in the Denver soccer scene.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, sign me up.
This is
I'm
where
here
it
for it.
begins.
I'm here. For
You heard it here first.
There we go.
Colin's in on.
You got yourself a goddamn deal.
Easy.
We're in. Well, with
That's
that, I think that's a
great
pretty good
segment.
spot to
Hey,
call
I
it.
do too.
thank you. Hello.
We sign
I
off.
thought we were saying hats off.
No.
Well,
Just one more time, as
there
we
goes Ian.
always do, so people
Okay.
know where we are,
Yeah. I see.
as we must do.
In the moment. In the moment of marketing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
All right.
There you go. That's Vaughn Shanky.
Wald Shanky.
Yep. You said it right.
Yeah, nailed it. I'd love to say I had a costume change of sorts, but
Think of one for next time.
Footy Travelers, check us out. YouTube, Instagram, podcast platforms,
Yes. If you had one
footytravelers.com.
ask of
Yeah.
the people, obviously you just mentioned all the places they can find you, but
Yeah.
what are you working on right now, Footy Travelers, that you'd want to tell people about?
If you are at all remotely interested in traveling for soccer or World Cup happenings, what's going on with tickets, or you just want to follow our story as we travel for the World Cup coming up next summer and beyond. We're doing a trip to Mexico City next month for Dia de los Muertos weekend.
Oh, come on.
It is the house we got is sold out, but you can still join the wait list and you can hear about the next trips coming up. All by, and here's the ask, sign up for the newsletter. We put out a monthly newsletter where we'll keep you up to date on what we're doing, but also all the other things happening at the crossroads of soccer, travel, and cross-cultural exchange. So yeah, just go to footytravelers.com/newsletter, or if you're on the homepage, just click newsletter in that upper navigation. Sign up and just stay up to date on all that stuff.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Join along the journey. We're definitely probably going to be
Mild commitment.
mild commitment.
Definitely probably thinking about it.
Probably, most likely, sort of.
Sort of
Interesting.
going to be
Yeah.
traveling with Colin and his friends.
Oh, there will be.
And-
trips.
We must.
Yeah. So look out for the future with Footy Travelers, with Bare Bones, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Another traveling, guys. I appreciate it.
All shanky.
Boom.
Awesome.
Nice.